So once you actually duplicate all these, something like this, select all of them this side and then push Ctrl J, which means they are all joined, like they're together. So the thing is, we can actually go into edit mode and then select these. So that's the thing. So we can actually, let's undo. So the idea is, let's go back into object mode, duplicate these, put another object right next to it, push the dot on the number keypad so we center on them, and then go into edit mode, select all of them and make sure proportional editing is on. Then now we can actually rotate some of these a bit. All right, so we can actually select like these here and then rotate. Oops, escape. So rotate, and then we can actually scroll the mouse wheel and then something like that. Or let's see, rotate, enlarge this, and let's, all right. So just to make some variation, so the more the variation, the better for you. Okay, so we have these two. So we'll say we can actually rename this. We can push F2, or you can come here and say rename. Is it? Or maybe I'm mistaken. Nah. Double click. So we can say type 1, and we can also rename this one as type 2. Right, so we'll add these into a new collection. So let's create a new collection here, and then here we'll say grass type. Enter. So select these two and then drag them into this collection, and we can close it up for now. So the thing is, let's bring back the plane, and the thing is, want to hide this collection. So let's go into the camera view. So what we're going to do is select this thing and then go into the particle system and enable the particle system and push where it says hair. So for us to actually see this, let's go into cycles and let's go back into the particle system. So enable the render view so that we can see where it says here. But the thing is, where it says render, open it. Instead of where it says path, change this path to collection, and then now we are going to select the collection down here to grass type. I don't know why this has been happening, but it always happens. So the idea is, after this has happened, just rotate this. So let's rotate this 90 degrees so you can see, oh sorry, 180 degrees. Let's keep going, 180. All right, that's okay. So notice that is actually happening. I don't know if maybe when enlarging it I made it look the other way. I'm not very sure though. Okay, so let's increase the number of particles for a start. Let's delete that, say something like 30,000. That will actually vamp up the system. Ooh, too much. Too much. Okay, so let's reduce the size of this to something like 1, the hair length. And all right, so the other thing is enable where it says advanced, and where it says physics, open that physics up, and let's enable this where it says Brownian 0.3. So what this actually does, it makes it not even like the grass falls in all directions on the ground. Okay, so already we can actually see that the ground of this is not actually working very well. So let's disable this for now, and let's go under shading. So if I zoom out, I'll just say new. And now the thing is, you can actually get textures. So you can get some ground textures. So just grab this, drop it in here, plug this in here, and let's also get the let me get the roughness, plug it in here. Okay, so I've got that. And another thing is, oops, why do I keep going into this folder? The roughness map, the normal map, sorry. So I can actually bring this into the normal and Shift A to bring in something new. Let's bring a normal map, and just plug it there. All right, so the thing is, as you can see, it looks a bit way too big. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's a bit too big. So you can get this this one here. So make sure you come here where it says edit preferences and enable where it says node wrangler when the add-ons are, so WR and so on. So enable this. So whenever you select a node like this and then you push Shift T, Control T, my bad, notice you actually get these two. So the thing is, we can actually increase the scale or reduce. So the thing is, let me just try and increase it. Let me say something like 3 tab 3 tab 3. Yeah, that looks actually much better. So you can even, let's try to change this to object. All right, that looks okay. It looks too even though. Let's go to the UV. I think the UV is okay. It's a bit smeared, is it? No. Okay, so the thing is, once you actually do that, just drag this and plug it here to the vector. Plug it here and also plug it here. Let's plug it here and move this output material. Let's move this down here and search for a displacement. Let's put it here and plug it into the displacement. And now let's get a displacement map. Drag it in and here and then drop it into the height. Bam. So as it is, I don't think you actually see any difference. So you select your mesh and then go into the material. So down here where it says settings, make sure you come down here where it says displacement, change this bump only to displacement. Displacement and bump. At this point, I think it's where, if we are in viewport, you actually get something that is weird looking, something like that. So okay, I want to change this first of all. I think I should put a bump map here. So I'll plug this color into the height and then plug the normal into the normal and then change the scale of this to 0.01. All right, so the first time we actually had fake bump, so this bump is actually genuine. Like you can actually see, I think one is a bit too small, 2.25, let's see, 2.5, let's see that. At this point, you can actually see how it's actually moving. So 0.1, 0.05. Okay, that looks good, because I was actually seeing some stuff here happening which was not appropriate. So now when I actually select this and go into the particle system, then enable this window here, notice we actually see the grass, but that ground, whatever was actually disturbing us, is no longer seen. So another thing, before I actually go too far, go under world here, and well, let's put the dot on the number keypad and let's zoom out. So here we can actually look for an environment texture, and then bring it here, plug it into the color and open. So you go into the folder where you actually put your HDRI images. So right now I want to use this one and open it. So at this point I want to select the light that is in the scene and just delete it. I don't need that light at all now. We have grass, but the grass is actually all even, it's all green. There's nothing like, because when you actually look at realistic grass, you actually notice some is actually brown, some of it is actually bit green. It's in those phases. So this is why we actually got the brown grass